Getting chilly out there. It's that time of year. Christmas coming up, New Year's. I wonder if it's cold where you are. It's definitely getting chilly here in Texas. Have you ever seen that movie that plays this time of year? It's a black and white movie from the 40s starring Jimmy Stewart. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. It's about this small town banker, has a family. But, you know, there's a bad economy, financial troubles at the bank, and he's starting to feel that he's wasted his life, and so he decides to commit suicide. He decides to jump off a bridge, and this angel appears and allows him to see what life would be like for his family if he weren't with them. And it gives him a different perspective, makes him appreciate what he has. There's a book that I've read. It's called On Second Thought by Ray Herbert. And it's all about a thing a psychologist call heuristics. Heuristics are ways of making decisions that all humans are sort of inclined to make decisions in certain ways. And some of these are innate. We don't learn them. They're just sort of with us. And one of them is called the futuristic heuristic. It has to do with the fact that people actually know that there's a future out there, and they know that it could be different from what they have now, but they can't. They're not inclined to think of the future as something different from what they have now. They just sort of move along from day to day, thinking, well, things are going to be pretty much the same. I'll keep my job. I'll have this wonderful house. I'll have my wonderful life with my wonderful family and friends, and everything is cool. Actually, that belief can lead to taking things for granted. You get used to having things. Yes, they're blessings, but after a while, it's just the way things are. When we appreciate what we have, our experience every day is much, much richer. We don't want to take things for granted. It's much better to really appreciate your health and your family, your spouse, your good friends. The psychologists mentioned in this book, On Second Thought, did a very interesting experiment. They got a group of people together and they had them think about the good things in their life, their blessings. And they got a second group and they had them think about what it would be like if all of these things were lost. It sounds like kind of a strange, negative thinking kind of experiment, but the result was interesting because the second group that was pondering what life would be like without the good things actually ended up feeling happier overall. And the analysis on this was, well, they didn't take it for granted. They gained a feeling of appreciation and how precious, and that that's something that they might lose. I tried this. Both my grandfathers, for example, lived to be over 90 years old. And so I'm thinking, I'm healthy now. I have a good chance of living that long myself. But it would be a mistake to take that for granted. And so I imagined losing my health. And I have a wonderful wife. My life is very special because of her. And I imagined, what would life be like if I lost her? Now, yes, this is kind of a scary, negative thinking scenario, but I had the same result that the experiment had. I felt an appreciation, a new, deeper feeling of gratitude for my health and for my wife than I had before, and I thought, this is an important thing. So I'm sharing it with you, and the tip that I have for you today is, why don't you try this? Focus on something that you really care about. And imagine, what would your life be like if you lost it somehow? And really think that through and imagine it. And see if you don't feel a surge of additional appreciation and gratitude for the blessings that you have. If you do this, I think that your life will be much, much richer for it. And maybe this is something that you might try frequently, not just as a one-time experiment. And so here I am at this time of the year, and I'll send out a wish to you that your blessings will continue to feel like blessings.